you can't expect things to happen. You can't just pray and things will happen. God's not gonna bless a lazy person. You have to work hard, do what you're supposed to do. A, B, Z, D. If you know in your mind that did a shortcut, don't expect a good thing to happen. Do everything you can, pray, and if you did everything right and you prayed, then nothing bad could happen.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Underdawgs channel. We have a special guest today. We're gonna let Vlad introduce him to you guys. We just want to say thank you to all our subscribers. It really means a lot that you guys support us, you follow our journey, and we hope that we bring a lot of insight to your life on how you can become successful and how we can improve. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. Let us know what we can do to help you guys that are watching us today. Vlad, let's introduce our guests today.
Man, I'm very, very excited to sit down next to Joe. Also,
Well, honor's mine.
Yusuf. We're gonna figure out how you would like to be introduced today.
Okay.
But very successful young individual.
I gotta cut it off. Thank you for joining our channel today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Vlad, you're not gonna shake our guest hand? Wow.
Bro, I really appreciate it that you coming in and sitting down with us today.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born, where did you grow up, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I was born in Sacramento,
Okay.
but I lived in Irvine most of my life.
Very
Okay,
nice.
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Okay. So you born here in US and you grew up here, and most of your life you grew up in Irvine.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get in this business that you're in right now? Because you're
Okay.
ultra successful. You know how they say there is 1% that gets everything in any business,
Sure.
like especially in sales.
Yeah.
But I think you represent like 0.01%, like the success that you have. So we're gonna talk about in tangible results what those figures that you make and what made you so successful. But if you wanna walk us through how did you get in this business?
Before we do that, how old are you, Joe?
27.
27.
Yes.
Bro, I thought you were 26.
No,
I
27.
Okay.
turned 27 in January. You didn't say, oh, you said happy birthday.
We
You
all
texted
said
me
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy late birthday.
Thank you.
So being 27 in the industry that we're in, just for the audience to understand and Brennan to understand, we actually all three work together, Vlad, Joe, and myself. At what age did you start the industry?
I started 18.
18. And what industry do you work in? What industry do we work in?
We sell cars, Mercedes-Benz.
Very nice. And just to give the audience a little bit more of what we do, what dealership do we work for? Like a mom and pop dealership, a large dealership?
It's the biggest dealership in the country.
So you work for the biggest dealership in the country and you're a top salesman there at 26.
What
Thanks
does
to God.
What does a top salesman do at the dealership like this? How many cars you should sell to be a top salesman? What was your best
Like-
month?
And no sugarcoat it. Let them know.
67 was my best month, but average, you're going to get 45 plus, 50s.
And that's to be the best though, right? Like, because individual like myself, the most I've ever sold is 32 and a half cars because you can get a half deal by sharing. Let's say Joe and I split a deal together. But to do 50 cars a month, 60 cars a month, 45, it's really impressive and it's a lot of work.
Bro, I've
What-
seen
what's
him
the
selling
most you-
50 cars. I've never seen you selling 30
What's
cars.
the
But
most
we'll believe you.
you've sold in a month?
I sold 32.
32?
He sells 32
Yeah,
and a half.
32 and a half because
he-
I'm better
after
than
he
Vlad.
heard-
And you
After
said
he
60,
heard I
I'm
sold
better,
32.
I'm better than Vlad.
Joe,
That's
and you said
why.
67?
Wait, when did you sell 32 and a half?
Yeah, bro.
When I didn't work for Mercedes-Benz, when I worked for when I worked for Hyundai. Now, these gentlemen over here,
That's Mercedes or Honda. It's still a lot of cars.
Yeah, and to have no sales experience during that time, I was just getting started in my sales career. I've only been in sales 3 years. Vlad, you've been in sales how long now?
Man, too long. 10 years.
And then yourself, Joe?
8 years.
Very nice. Brandon, you were going to say something. I cut you off, so I do apologize about that.
Yeah, for you, Joe, I mean, you're at 67 cars per month, right? Or the best month you've had.
Yeah.
Corbin's at 32. Vlad, I think you said 32, 33. People tend to work harder but not smarter. Like, what's allowing you to get that edge compared to your peers and other people?
So it's a good question. The biggest edge I had was my dad. He gave me, so to tell you my story, I was his assistant for 3 years. And I thought I knew everything. You know, when I was 19, 20, 21, I was working under him. I wasn't learning anything. I was just 19-year-old fucking around. Excuse my French. I don't know.
It's okay.
We're just, messing around, going by day.
Sure.
1 year, he left. And now all the clients, I had to handle it. My dad was there 7 days a week. He never left early. He was always there. So I could count on him. I was just an assistant. So he left 1 year. And then I realized I don't know shit. I didn't learn anything. And I would call him every day. Oh, this client has this. How can we get him approved? Or this, what would you do? What would you say to make this client buy? Or what? I would ask for advice every day. And I was like, shit, I wish I was just paying attention and learning and analyzing while he was there. And then he came back for 1 year. I took advantage of it. I didn't, so that was my edge. My dad, he had 20 years of experience, 40 years in the car business. He was in Toyota for 20 years. Then he came to Fletcher Jones. He brought me in when I was 18. I was selling, I was working at a gym selling memberships.
Yeah.
And then he brought me he was like, I have an opening. You want to join or not? I said, 100%.
Absolutely.
He didn't think I was ready, but I said, please let me join. I joined, and that's how I got in. But that's my main edge was, having a mentor like my dad.
Not to take away credit from your dad. Obviously, he worked hard and he generated a lot of loyal customers. But do you know how many cars? What was his best month? How many cars he sold?
He had it harder, a lot harder than me, because when he was starting, he didn't have an assistant.
Right.
So he was when he started in 2006. He would take. I told you, how'd you grow this? He would always take a half. Anyone needed help, he'll go. He'll help them. He wouldn't take any days off, and he would put his clients on leases. 3-year lease. They would come back, and he didn't like retail. He liked leases. 80% of his deals were leases, so that they can come back, refer, etc. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. He built a big book of business.
Sure.
And, he did 60 cars, 50 cars by himself.
Yeah.
One time he sold 11 cars, I think 11 cars in one day.
Wow.
Only. One guy bought six cars.
The most I've ever done is 9 cars in a single day. And it was really detrimental day where you basically had a line, right? The guests were waiting their turns to be helped. And you would just finish one deal at a time, right? That's the car industry rule. Finish one deal at a time, submit the deal, put that deal into finance. Get the next car, submit the deal, put it into finance. And it was 9 people. So 11
9 car deals, 9
in one
separate.
day on a Sunday. You know how we work only from 10 to 6 on a Sunday?
Yeah.
It was the best day that I ever had in the car industry. 9
Is that the month you sold 30
No,
cars?
that month maybe 25. But that 9-car day was something like no one had seen at Hyundai ever in the entire time they worked there.
Wow.
And without an assistant too, it's
Absolutely,
wild.
yeah.
Wow.
And it was, to a community of people that really wanted the best deal, right? And I'm sure you know that because you work with a lot, it's your community. And I wanted to bring that up today, that you have a community of guests that show up to the dealership to work with Joe. And that's something that I haven't been able to find my own niche in. And some other successful sales representatives don't have that same niche where they have a community. but Vlad has a community he taps into, and you have a community you tap into. Do you want to share that with the audience today on who comes in to see Joe more often than not?
Yeah, I mean, okay. People love who they're familiar with. You know, if you speak the same language as them, or if you come from the same, region from them.
Yeah, ethnicity,
they,
right? Culture.
They trust you more, and they'll,
Mhm.
and they knew I had a advantage. They knew my dad. Most of the clients knew my dad already,
Mhm.
so they already trusted me. So that really was it helped me a lot.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I really appreciate that you give your dad a lot of credit, and it's true. If he has been working here at the dealership for so many years, obviously you took a lot of the business that he already had. But I see that you have a lot of young people that coming in and ask for you, and it's like sometimes it seems like it's Joe's dealership, number one Mercedes in the
Absolutely.
world. Like, and you can probably already tell like who's there to see Joe. As somebody is young, pulling up in Ferrari. Yeah, he's gonna ask, and they all ask for Yusuf. So you want to clear that up because you go by Joe at work, but all guests call you Yusuf.
When I first met Joe, he introduced himself as Joseph.
Okay.
okay, so that's just the Arabic way of saying Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph and Yosef, Yasmin and Jasmine.
Yep.
Actually, if you look at the history of it, it was always started with a Y. But the Latin language, there was no letter Y.
To
So
use J.
everyone changed every letter that had a J, Y, changed to J.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking to someone that's not Arabic, I say my name is Joe. If someone's Arabic, my name is Yosef, because they're familiar with that, and
It makes it easier.
But
Yeah.
how did you tap in this young community? Because I'm sure there are a lot of families that knew your father, but how do you create a strong community around yourself like you did? Because I think it's going to be useful for a lot of those people that watch us that probably in sales, and they maybe speak another language, but they neglect it, and they
Yeah.
think it's a disadvantage if you have an accent, or maybe you didn't grow up here, and you know another language, but you don't use it as advantage. And one of the most successful people, just like you, in sales, I've seen they have a strong community. They speak another language.
Mhm.
But how did you tap into these young people that come and see you every day and very successful people?
Most of the time it's either referral or another thing. Another thing that my dad taught me was you have to take care of your customer, your guest. You have to take care of the guest. And the managers, they take care of the dealership. You as a salesperson, you're supposed to take care of the guest. So if you take care of the guest, he's going to refer you someone.
Yep.
And then
I
it
love
just brings roots and roots.
Yeah.
It's like one grain growing 7.
Yeah.
And then that 7 grows another 7. And another 7 grows. It just multiplies. As long as you take care of them. If they have a problem with their car and you stop responding, you made the deal, that's not taking care of them. It's a headache. I get those calls every day, but I always answer every single call I get. I try to, know.
And you're a man of God. So at the end of the day, you know that you do right by your customers because that's just what you were put here to do anyways.
And a lot of
course.
people say that. I've heard this in the car business, in any business, take care of your customer, take care of your customer. But the results show that you really do, and it has to have a deeper root of you believing that you have to do the right thing. And Corbin just brought up believing in God. How?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we watch you and we work with you, and I'm really inspired by how disciplined you are in acknowledging God and praying, because you take your time. Even you're so busy, like he's always with customer. He always has a line of customers. So basically, he has few assistants, and he has few offices. Like you have one office, he has few offices.
He has 2
There
offices.
is always a customer in his office, but he always takes time to go and pray. So, do you think it's one of the reasons that helps you?
100%.
Yeah.
100,000%. Like Habib once said, there's a lot of people work a lot harder than me, but they're in India or in Egypt,
Yeah.
and they're making $20 an hour or $20 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you can work as hard as you want, but opportunity comes from the one that created everything, that created blessings and will give you blessings. So I'm only asking the one that created the universe to bless me and my family. And sometimes it can't be. Sometimes I lose a deal. Sometimes I pray to God, and sometimes that deal that blows out. But a lot of the times when I forget, this happened to me maybe 40 or 50 times. My time working at Mercedes, 40 or 50 times when I put the deal first. I had, because as a Muslim, I pray 5 times a day. If I delay the prayer and I have customers, I delay the prayer, that deal is going to mess up somehow. Either they go to finance blows out the deal, or the approval gets screwed up, or it's a wrong color car, or something happens always.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? That's a slap in my face. God reminding me. And then I go pray, and then I go back, and then somehow the deal goes through. Happened to me 30, 40 times. It's like not a coincidence for me. I'm a strong believer. It's not a coincidence.
Sure.
Actually, one time, 3 customers come in at the same time. One customer, he came in, and I put him straight to finance. Oh, no, okay, let me go back. There was 5 deals I did that day. The first 2, I prayed, those 2 first customers, easy. Put them in finance. They're in finance. The second 3 customers came in, and there was another prayer I had to do. I delayed the prayer because I was like, I should have 3 customers. I can't pray. I have the 3 customers. I put them all in finance.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Cooper. I'm not gonna say name. Delete that.
I was there that day. I watched it all happen.
Yeah.
I remember that day.
No, something happened,
But
because there's a
whatever.
2-year lease.
Something happened.
Couldn't sell product, so they were gonna blow out, right?
Yeah.
The other customer, like, this is the wrong car.
Yeah, I do
And then
remember that.
another customer,
It was too expensive. They sold the other car, I think is what happened, right?
the other car got sold.
Yeah.
And then the third customer, finance calls me, hey, your customer's not approved. I'm taking them back to your office. And it all happened at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know what? Forget this. I went and prayed, and then I went and
Finished up everything.
Even if you don't believe it,
Yeah.
you need that 2 minutes. Breathe. If you're getting a lot of chaos happening, you need those 3-5 minutes. You don't have to be Muslim and pray like that way. You need 3-5 minutes to get in control. Breathe.
Sure.
Get in the moment. Worship whoever you worship, and then get back into it.
Yeah, Brendan's a man of God too.
Yeah.
And the reason I got baptized is because of Brendan, actually. And then when I got baptized, nobody was there. No one came besides Brendan. He's the only one that showed up. So then when I got baptized, they asked you a question like, what do you want God to do for you after this happens? And the only thing I said was, and you get in the Christianity culture, you get dunked in water, right? That's what happens. Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, can you bring God into my business? And that's why the Bible is on my desk all the time. And that's why every morning I pray because of Brendan. That's where you saw me write the better version of Corbin, is because of Brendan, because he created that. And
I love that.
He actually instills it. He leads a team of sales representatives for his company, and he made them all write down the better version of Corbin, and it sits on their desk. Mm-hmm. And that made me think the other day to start writing my goals down. So I made that video today on Instagram about how I wrote my goals, and actually the last 3 days I've been more productive than I've ever been.
Good for you.
At Fletcher Jones. I've been so locked in on accomplishing those 9 goals, 10 goals that I've written down in my sales career, and it's been producing results every day.
Good.
Joe, I have a question for you. I actually commend you for, shouting out your pops, right, and working under him. I think it's a blessing. I worked under my pops for a short period of time. What would you say is the greatest piece of advice that he's given you besides take care of your customer?
I like
Greatest
that
piece of
question.
advice. That's a really good question, because he gave me a lot of advice. Let me see.
One that just stands out more than others, where you've actually applied it and it's really changed either your life or something when it comes to business. When
I lose a deal, he would say, you know, if you worked hard, you did everything you could. Just this one. You can't expect things to happen. You can't just pray and things will happen. God's not gonna bless a lazy person. You have to work hard, do what you're supposed to do. A, B, Z, D. If you know in your mind that you did a shortcut, don't expect a good thing to happen. Do everything you can, pray, and if you did everything right and you prayed, then nothing bad could happen.
Yeah.
If you lose a deal, that deal was a bad deal. It's bad, something bad for you. If you got that money from that deal, you would have ended up paying for a ticket or something, or it would have ended up you driving to somewhere, which whatever. Or if you did make that deal, it's also a blessing. So no matter what, you can't lose. You did what you're supposed to do, and you pray. So, and it's like a superpower. Life, you know, thank God for everything. Like when you write down in your book, thank you God for
Water.
my water. Thank you God for my eyes.
Clothes, everything.
I love that. I love that. It just reminds you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blessings we have.
Mhm.
So let's say God forbid, something happens, you lose your child. You still, this was supposed to happen. This was his time. You still thank God. It's a superpower. Nothing in life can take you down. But, you know.
It's a very strong belief to think that way. And first of all, there is a lot of people in young generation that maybe were born in a family that is a religious family and believes in God, but it seems like a lot of young people think that it's not cool to worship God and bring up the religion. And there is a lot of people that associate themselves with certain religion. They say, I'm a Muslim, but they don't commit themselves to praying. They don't commit themselves to doing the right things. Who ingrained this belief in you and developed this in you?
My mom. My mom did. I mean, my dad was working every day, so I didn't really see him. But my mom just taught me everything. And at first I was lost. In
Everybody
high school,
is, of course.
You just meet with the wrong crowd, you start doing what they're doing, and you get lost. But actually, what made me really think about it was when I went to Thailand, and I saw like the most dark shit in Thailand, like and Phi Phi Island, with just it gave you a bad energy. So if you felt this energy, it feels like, okay, if you can feel this energy, there's got to be some good energy. So there's for sure, if there's a devil, there's a God.
Yeah.
Right. So when I went to Thailand and I saw that, on the flight back, I was just trying to learn. I would watch videos, YouTube videos, about every religion, the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, and I got closer to God.
Nice.
So that's how I started. But my mom got me the foundation. That's who taught me the foundation.
So for the audience, there's a huge topic that I do want to bring up, that even if you're young, because Vlad, you had your son when you were young as well, right? Around 27, 26?
25.
25. So for everybody watching, Joe is a father at the young age of 27. He is a father, and we just want to go into how much that means to you to be successful at where you are at this, current position in your life. Because without you, your success, your son's not going to have a good life, and your wife's not going to have a good life. So when you come into work, does that affect the way you produce results? Is it besides God, does your family push you to do better every day?
Yeah. I mean, it's a blessing having a wife. You know what? I think you should get married, Corbin.
Yeah, they all said it.
You should get married ASAP.
Yeah.
It's just, you're going to get blessings. You don't know how, you don't know where. And ask anyone that got a kid. Ask anyone. You got more blessings when you had a kid or when you got
100%.
married.
He thinks he's going to get distracted and
Why
he's
do
going
you
to have a
say
child.
that?
The opposite.
Why do you say that? I want to hear from both of you guys.
I can answer first.
Please.
So it's something that you can't explain, but a lot of people observe it. The moment I had a child, I had my best year in sales. I made next years I made like $250,000-$300,000 a year. I bought a house. I bought it really, really well in COVID when nobody wanted to buy. I got like 3% mortgage. In 2 years my house appreciated like 150 grand. Like just the blessings that you get. And I think the universe revolves around being useful to other human beings. It's not, the dog that you love. It's not someone homeless that you give money to once in a while. It's whose life you make better on a daily basis. There is unspoken law that I can observe that proves that. And the more people you can make happier and improve their life, the more blessings you're gonna get. Yeah. And it starts with your family. And then if you can support more people and affect more people's lives after you helped your mom, because that's number one, after you made your wife happy and your children, you can go ahead and help other people. You can help orphans. You can do donations, make other people better, and you'll see so many blessings like you can't imagine. And God is going to be on your side. And a lot of people think that you're actually going to be distracted by having the relationship when you're not ready to have a relationship and be responsible for someone. But I think the universe rewards someone who takes responsibility for someone.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Joe?
100%. Exactly what you said. It's the best ROI, the return on investment on helping your mom, your especially when it feels hard to give. That amount, it's too much. The ROI on that is better than any stock market, any whatever, buying a house and reselling, whatever ROI you can think of. It's not going to be as much as giving to people that need you, that you're obligated to help, like your mom, your family, your wife, your kids. Just you're gonna see it, and if you do it, if you apply it, you're gonna see it happen to fruition in front of your eyes.
Did you actually see it since the moment you had a child and married your woman? Did you actually see it reflect on the money you make a year?
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's freaking insane. Coleman, I'm just telling you, buddy. You want to make more? Just start getting married.
Stop making those kids, bro. How much can one make? I'm not gonna ask you how much you make. If you don't want to answer that, it's fine. How much can one make being in a position like you? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it? And you can stop me at 5. Is it 6? Or is it $700,000? Is it $800,000? Is it $1 million? Working for someone else, but doing this semi-entrepreneurship that we call car sales. How can it, and you never stopped me, so I guess can go higher.
I mean, I've seen guys make a mil a month, a year. I mean,
wow.
In
the same business.
It's the blessings of where we work, right? It's not. I don't think any other car dealership in the entire nation actually produces that for an individual. But where we work, we do have a better opportunity.
How many sales are made per month throughout the whole sales floor?
I mean, 700, 800,
700 to 800, sometimes 900
cars.
December was
sold a month.
Mm-hmm. In the top dealership, typically.
So what is that, like 50 million a month?
No,
we don't want to talk about their numbers, but they
make a lot, because when you have a dealership, right? Like you have the service department, which that's where the bread and butter is.
The reoccurring
actually makes more than sales department.
The sales department is actually the engine. You call it, like your SDRs are the engine.
The gasoline to the machine.
To the machine. Yeah. The machine though is actually the service department, because when people are the most vulnerable, it's when their car is broken. So that's when you can take advantage of somebody.
I want to open up.
Not saying they do, but that's where you can actually start like attacking someone's vulnerability. When you buy the car, it's an exciting moment. It's what we make of the whole purchase, the experience that comes with it. And you have to have a lot of skill to sell a vehicle, because you only have like an hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours max to build a relationship. and then transact and then continue that relationship.
Building off what you just said, I want to open up the floor to all you guys. We're here with 3 sales automobile professionals, right?
Sure.
We have a young audience. What would you give to a young, entrepreneur or a young hustler who wants to get into the automobile industry? One piece of advice. All 3 of you guys.
I know my answer is be stoic. If you're gonna join sales, it's got to be stoic.
It's almost like you don't want them to join. It's like
I mean, it's a tough industry, right?
It's a great opportunity.
It's
There's
a great-
a lot of opportunity.
why you say that, guys?
Well, I think that you got to be stoic. I was arrested when I was 18, so I wasn't able to join the sales industry for a long time, for 6 years, until my record was expunged. But now that I've been in sales, I've obviously made more money than I've ever made because I used to work at El Pollo Loco and Rubio's. So the opportunity, like Joe said, it's there. But do you want to be chasing someone else's dream or building someone else's dream for the rest of your life? For me, it's definitely not something I want to do for the rest of my life because it's not building my dream. I bring it up to Vlad
I think
all
it
the time.
is. I think it is. The skills you're learning at that dealership is the Harvard of sales.
Yes.
You
You
can
leverage
take that.
that.
You can take that anywhere.
And we talk about that.
I like that.
So leveraging the skills is great. Learning the skills, being stoic, that's what I'm taking from what I'm doing. But would it build me into the dream that I aspire to have? It's probably going to be doing something that I actually am doing every day. And I don't want to work for somebody every day of my life and then all of a sudden I didn't build my own dream. That's the only issue that I'm running into. I mean, for you, Vlad,
So here is a nice thing about working at a dealership, especially some premium dealership selling luxury cars. You work with elite of society customers, and the relationship that you make and people that you meet, you can take those relationships anywhere in any business and for the rest of your life. And it's great connections that you make there. I think there are a lot of better opportunities nowadays in sales where you don't have to be attached to a physical location, because I think the aspect of being attached to a physical location is really big nowadays, because the world is getting globalized, and now you can travel to all these countries and be comfortable and be safe. It's not like 50 years ago where you get kidnapped if you travel somewhere in Philippines. Like, you can have a comfortable life somewhere else and actually have a cheap life and be like, feel like a king somewhere else. And a lot of sales jobs can offer you that. You can do cold sales. You sell insurance over in Mexico and enjoy life there, right? Somewhere in jungles in Brazil. These jobs, there are very few people that I know that like very successful. Most of people that work in this industry, they make under $100,000 a year, which is nothing, because you spend so much time, you're attached to one location. You don't really build your book of business, because if you leave, a lot of clients, they don't go with you. They stay with the dealership just because they like the convenience of physical location of the dealership. They don't care about you. They care about the dealership more, etc., etc., etc. I think in car sales, you have to have the least of sales skills compared to other sales jobs. Because if we put a sales individual from car business to other sales, there is a lot of chances he's gonna fail, because he doesn't have the stamina of average salesperson that sells real estate or, let's say, life insurance, because they have to generate traffic themselves. We convert traffic. A lot of salespeople are lazy and they get accustomed to people coming into them. And I think sales is not all about convert. Sales is more. Sales is marketing. Sales is generating leads. Sales is building systems. And we don't have any of that in car sales.
Yeah.
So I think if you just want to start and build the sales skills, initial skills, build communication skills, and build them in person first, and then take them somewhere else, that's the way to go. But if you stay there for too long, you're gonna get absorbed by, I would say, weak environment of people that don't build anything of their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take ups and walk-ins
Yeah.
for 20, 30 years. And Joy is kind of an exception here because he built his own community. He can the reason why Joy is so valuable to the dealership, and he I don't know, owns like 30% of the share of the market in the dealership, and it seems like he owns the dealership because so many guests come in here. Because
Repeat that. The market share that Joe carries at the dealership.
Yeah, he it seems like he owns the dealership sometimes because so many customers just come in to see him. He can take those customers and he can bring it to any business, and that's why he's so valuable to the dealership, and he can dictate wherever he wants to the management or ownership.
Because people will follow Joe.
One thing I want to say that all three of you guys touch upon is skill sets, right? And leveraging that. And I saw something on social media and I actually screenshot it. It said, to make money, create value. To create value, solve problems. To solve problems, build skills, right? So to the audience, regardless of what industry you're in, build skills because you can always leverage it to become a better person, make more money, etc.
Yeah, and a question for you, Brendan. In your sales career, Vlad just touched into something, or he said something about how we convert sales. You don't convert sales. And so that, like, immediately when he said that, I'm like, you know what? Someone's got to hear Brendan's story. They don't convert sales. They generate sales. They generate their own leads. They cold call actual consumers, and or not even consumers, businesses. And Joe wants to probably know what you do. So give him a little bit in the audience, a little bit about what you do and why you guys are so valuable to the sales industry, because you're not given any hot opportunities. You guys actually create these opportunities by doing the old school way. Joe knows about it. It's like going through the yellow pages or the phone book. Like, that's what they do.
That's tough.
Yeah, so a little bit about me is I lead a lead generation department of a software tech company called Nuve. Basically, we sell smart thermostats with a software backend that helps contractors basically never lose a customer. And basically, we hunt leads, right? We cold call, make outbound calls.
Yeah.
And it's very hard, right? Most people are telling us, no, you know, you're facing rejection 8 hours out of the day, 10 hours, 12 hours. And one thing I tell my department is like, take pride in that. Like, take pride that it's hard, because 96% of the world doesn't have the balls and guts to do what you guys are doing. And, you know, utilize this experience, right, to become a better person, right? Because even if you're here 6 months, a year, 2 years, a couple years, you're going to be able to leverage these skill sets, right? Where any company, any sales leader, you know, anyone would want to bring you a part of the company because of how valuable you are. But I don't know. I love cold calling. Like, I love the rejection. Like, I make videos every single day of me getting rejected, and it's just a step closer to a yes. So that's a little bit about me and when it comes to coming, you know, getting leads.
It's a great industry because that's how I started in sales, is phone sales. And Vlad always brings it up. He's like, how do you convince a customer over the phone? You're always having appointments. And most of the time it's because I was on the phone dealing with customers without ever seeing them. So you learn how to speak to somebody over the phone without ever looking at them and making the sale. You have that confidence that the sale is going to close over the phone because it's like natural for me. I did it for 6 months.
Bro, you should listen to him talking so on. Corbin turns into a different person. His voice is so silky and so gentle.
No, it is.
It's so soft.
It's soft and gentle and very, very like. It's just it comes off different.
Give the audience a sneak peek.
It's hard because you got to be on the phone.
Hello?
No, you got to like hear the other voice.
Come on, let's role play.
Yeah, let's role play. Come on.
You got to hear the other voice.
I'm the other voice.
To understand.
Let's role play.
Corbin.
Ring, ring.
No, but this is for fun. When you're in the mode, because I can see you, right? The whole point is I can't see you, you can't see me. So only thing that you can think of right now is what's coming out of my mouth and how I present myself. And
I
how
think it'd be energy too.
You can, but ask Vlad, I don't bring a lot of that energy. I'm almost monotone. Very calm, very monotone. Like, you know, this is what we're going to do next for you, right? There's no stumbling what's going to happen. Like, this is the steps and processes that I'm going to do for you. my name's Corbin. I'm going to help you when you come into the dealership. I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z. And once you're here, we'll go ahead and get everything wrapped up for you.
And you want to share what it turned into, what kind of commission you made today? Just brag. Just say it. Just fucking say it, bro.
So today's deal was a lead that came in, and I gave him a call. He's like, thanks for giving me a call. I saw your email. I'm like, I'm like, I didn't send you an email. My partner did. And we have a business development center. He goes, oh, okay. I just want to get on the phone with you because you're looking for a specific car, GT63 SE, and you know that car. So it's your dream car.
I'm about to get very,
it's
very
the
soon.
2024 car that we had.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah,
I'm gonna be in the dealership very, very soon and get that.
Okay, he's buying from me though, okay? You guys.
I'm gonna get that car very, very soon.
Yeah, 3 ways. So he just explains over the phone, I'm looking for this car. He goes, I'm not ready to come in, maybe sometime next week. So that's the first no. So then I asked him, okay, so sometime next week, would you like to come in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday? So I gave him the options. He's like, I'll come in on Monday. I'm like, awesome. What time works best for you? He's like, give me a follow-up call around 11. I said, let's set the appointment for 1 p.m. It's like, okay, that's fine. Call me on Monday. And keep in mind, it's Saturday.
When you called him originally?
Correct. At night, at 8 o'clock at night when we close the dealership. So he's not expecting a call. That's all set. This morning, I follow up with my word, right? I call him, confirm the appointment. The night before, Vlad and I walk outside. We videotape the car. He's like, send a video, send a video. So we send a video of the car. He answers, I saw the video. I know a lot about the car. I'll be there. So he shows up at 12:30. We go on a small test drive, and we close the deal. And what Vlad asked was how much the commission was.
How much?
The commission was $7,000 on that one deal.
What the heck?
7
How
grand,
much front
man.
did that had? 25 grand?
Yeah, because I UA'd the trade by $3,000, and it had a 22 grand front, or 23 already, right? But the pack took out some of the money, right? The pack took some, so it was about 27 originally, and went down to 24, and we got a little bit in the back.
Bro. You're taking us to a nightclub today.
So, building off what you just said, right? And I want all you guys to answer. How do you build urgency in a sale?
First, you
And I want to hear from all of you guys.
he's gonna have a different outlook on that because Joe's book of business is all repeat customers.
100%. But our audience could all learn from, each of us.
You do it in
Depends.
non very.
There's a lot of ways.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ways, and you can't push it.
never
okay?
push.
You can never push it.
Non-persuasive
You
way.
can't force it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, actually,
That-
Joey
that-
Gulo actually gave advice. You push and then you pull. You take
Yeah.
it away and you give it.
He learned that from Daniel G. The takeaway. Take it away. It's huge.
But there's a lot of ways you can because it is urgent. You know, this car is gonna sell. You know, I'm not trying to pressure you, but there's a chance this car might sell. There was an appointment for tomorrow, blah blah blah. Or let's just say it's a new car. The programs are gonna change tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're gonna lose these deals. Right now, there's a new CEO with Mercedes. He's giving away cars because he wants to make his numbers look good. But that's the first month of the year. That's why we're not gonna have it next month.
Yeah.
Or we don't know whether it's gonna be better or worse.
So nonchalant urgency, right? Little things that you may not know in the industry, but it's like programs are gonna change.
Because
There's 70 sales-
it could screw them. It's not.
100%.
It could that urgency is not selfish. It's for them most of the time. Most of the time, if I know it's bad for them, if they have 15 months left on their lease, and they're okay to wait, and they like their car and their lease, and they don't have to roll in those.
Then we're
15
gonna let them
payments,
wait.
Then I would give them the option, but I wouldn't push it.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna be once it's down the line, he's gonna trust you. He's gonna think you looked out for him. Hey, honestly, I mean, you could feel the person if he doesn't want to do it. Honestly, if you're uncomfortable with it, I advise just waiting,
Yeah.
and then he will come back to you.
Managers don't.
This is long-term thinking. Nobody thinks long-term. Every young individual out there want to get in the business, make money in a year or two, get out, move on, open business, but it takes longer. A
Yeah,
long-term
it does.
vision That's what you just said.
For me, how I build urgency is I focus on value, right? And I tell my team, like, if you showcase value and you really try to, we sell B2B, really try to help this decision maker, he's going to better understand that and feel that and see like, okay, this person's coming from a place of, you know, trying to really help me, right? And then I showcase like, hey, like this product is going to allow you to be more efficient or alleviate that pain, or where you guys are putting your time and focus, this is where it's going to help, right? And then if you don't utilize it right this second, you're going down the path of where you guys want to, you know, be better, and you're not going to take advantage of it. You know,
That is the whole like sales, like that's a real sales job. What they do, they actually build value or give value to their customer, whereas we transact on a single product, and it's what the customer wants already. They actually have to sell the value of what they have and how it betters their life, and we try to bring that into car sales, but it's hard, you know, to be like, oh, the Mercedes-Benz GLS is gonna better your life. Like not really. It's not gonna better your life, but
Taking that video of the GT63 is showing value on the product.
100%.
yeah.
It's also staying on top of the mind.
I didn't mean like the product's there. We already have the back of the product, like the Mercedes-Benz, the safety, and all
But
that.
it's different from building it from scratch. You're building the value from scratch.
Yes.
Versus they already know what Mercedes-Benz is
Exactly.
and everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what I meant. Is like it's just the sales career, like Vlad was tapping into, is like we have a little bit easier because we already have a backed up product. Is how I feel. Like it's like a Hyundai. Like you already had the product. They already do a bunch of marketing for you. But these guys are selling a thermostat to businesses like plumbers and HVAC contractors. So you got to get creative. That's why my goals say be creative.
It's easy if you want to make 150 or 200 grand, and I think most of the people that are not lazy, who's there to work and do it. But what do you think separates a person who does what you do and does 50 cars, 60 cars a month from a person that does 15 cars? Because, you know, you look at Joe, he's very kind, he likes to joke around. But when he's in the mode, like in that killer mode, when he's busy, he's so concentrated, he's like a high performing athlete. Because if you talk to a high performing athlete outside of the basketball court, they're nice, they're joking around, but once they're in the game, they fucking ready to kill each other. They're ready to eat your children. They're ready to, you know, go to war. Same with him. You have to be high performing athlete.
Crazy.
Just like Mike Tyson. Like, I'm gonna eat your children, man. Like that takes a special mindset to perform at highest peak every day. And I don't think everyone can do what you do. People do burn out.
I don't know. This is a good question. What separates a person that sells 20 cars from a person that sells 50 cars? Is a really good question. I cannot say I'm the reason why. I cannot say. I'm blessed. God gave me this blessing. I work hard, but you work hard too. And you're building a book of business. And some people don't look at the future. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm good because I do, because I sometimes I fall prey to making the deal now. But some people just rely on leads, rely on the fresh up, and look at you, you're generating business by going on Instagram, social media, trying to pull from everywhere. This is, or getting halves from other people, working on every day, 12 hours, trying to think of different ways to generate business. That's what's going to separate from someone that just sitting there waiting and someone that's like a tiger hunting versus a gazelle waiting for the food. So you have it, you know it.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could do what you do in terms of performing like you, working so many days in a row and not getting burned out. Because a lot of times success equals to how much stress you can handle. Because you handle a lot of stress.
I like that.
And how do you stay in this mode and not get burned out? Do you go to sauna once a week? Or what does help you to stay on this peak?
Having one day off a week is really useful. You have to have one day
Got it,
off a week.
Corbin?
I'm just like you. You know, my last Day off was
Corbin
New
doesn't
Year's.
take days off.
You know, I don't like to take days off. But
It's hard for me to take a day off.
if for me, I'm thinking, why should I take a day off when I'm on my phone the whole time anyways at home?
I can make money, you know?
I could be at the dealer and I'll be less stressful. I'll be able to respond and be helpful. But you have to have one day off. Waking up at the same time. I mean, sleeping at the same time, waking up at the same time. It gives you, waking up at 5 a.m. You guys actually inspired me. That's a superpower. That's that mental break. Praying 5 times a day, that's the mental break. That helps me from not burning out. But waking up at 5 a.m. gives you that, okay, I can accomplish this. There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else. Okay, I started great. Let's finish strong.
Yeah, of course. That's the mentality.
So,
And love yourself.
That helps me with my burnout. Because when I sleep at 9 p.m., I wake up fresh. This sleep is my
yeah.
It's a
relax.
little past
Yeah.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's
For
10.
Vlad and Corbin,
Okay, we're good.
For Vlad and Corbin, I would go to the ends of the earth.
100%.
Oh. Listen, and
No,
I can
I'm honored
see-
to be here.
I can see the pattern among
What, that we
again,
go to the gym?
high performing athletes. Like David Goggins once said, someone asked him, like, you haven't taken vacation like in the last few years? He was like, no. Like, how you don't get burnout? He's like, I take micro vacations. I take micro pauses, just like you said. Like, you don't need a week to recover. You need a good sleep. You need that micro pause throughout the day where you go and take a time to yourself and connect with God and universe, wherever you believe. Wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. and maybe have that extra hour to yourself when nobody bothers you, when you can actually sit down and maybe write things down and talk to yourself, talk to God, make some time for yourself. And that's my time for myself. That's my, like, before, when I was younger and I didn't perform as well as I do now, I thought that I need like 3 days, 4 days to recover. Right now, like, I realize I don't really need it. I'm fine. Like 2 days, I'm somewhere on vacation. I don't really enjoy it. I don't enjoy it just because I haven't built the success I want in life, to impact other lives.
It's hard to have vacation when you're chasing dreams and then you haven't made it. And then yeah.
That's another thing we have. We're not
Vlad
going to have
doesn't-
in 30, 40
Vlad-
years from now.
Vlad
No, he's
doesn't believe
young.
he's young.
He's young.
Please
When
explain that
when
to
you're
him.
60 years old and you can barely walk and you can get out of the car, that's when it's, that's when it's tough. But you're at the age where you can work. But I have a question for you. When do you think is it fair for your family to stop working? Do you think you're supposed to take some time off? Because my wife and my son, they're in Lebanon right now, so I have no excuse. I could be at work every day, 7 days a week. But when they come back, when I go pick them up in a month and a half from now, it's not fair for them that I might work every day. When do you think is right? What do you think is right? Should I spend more time? Should I take 1 day or 2 days off to spend time with the family, or should I continue working so that I can provide for them and make their life better in the future?
I don't believe as a man you have to really concentrate on spending as much time as mother of your child with your children. I think number one priority for a man to provide and make other people's lives better. And then, like I said, once you make other people around you and your family, other people's lives better, then you can concentrate in bigger picture. And if you really want to be great and inspire a lot of people and you want to impact a lot of people in a better way, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. But what a lot of people don't realize, you don't actually need a lot of time to have a quality time with your child. You're there to build a good life for your family where they can, your mom, your wife can take care of your son, and it's not like you're out of his life. That extra 10 minutes, but you have to be disciplined with this. That extra 10 minutes before sleep, when you have to read the story for your child, just 10 minutes. But if you do it, because you can't just say, okay, I'm going to sacrifice the family. This is a very good question, because you can be in the mode where you're like, okay, I'm just going to sacrifice it and like screw the kid. I'm not going to like pay any attention to him. You can't do that. Yes, you're going to spend majority of your time at work, but you have to take those breaks and give him your full attention. When I come from work, I put my phone upstairs and I come downstairs without the phone. And if I pay attention to him, like I pay attention to him. I have to get better at that, but I also like to spend time before sleep and read a book, read a story.
Read a story.
And
How old is your son now?
He's 7-year-old. He does jiu-jitsu for 2.5 years. He does robot building classes for 2 years. He's almost black belt in Taekwondo. And he does like Russian school. He's gonna go to Chinese school to learn Chinese. He speaks English, obviously, because we live here in US. But he does so many things that he couldn't have done if I wouldn't provide for my family, having my wife not work.
Yeah.
And provide for my family so he can have a better life than me, and he can have this lifestyle. So that's priority number one. But don't forget to have those little times to pay attention to them. And a lot of fathers in other countries, maybe in this country, I don't know, but it's more in other countries, because they go abroad to make money. People that live in Lebanon, people that live in Moldova, where I'm from, they go outside of country to make money, and kids don't see them for years. That's a sacrifice I wouldn't want to make. You know, when you don't see your children to grow, when you come back every
Because you're never
day,
going to get that time again.
when you come back every day home and you kiss your child, you tell him a story, you spend a little bit of quality time, and maybe on that day off, another quality time, and you provide a good life for them, you did your job as a man, as a provider, as a family man. That's my opinion.
Okay. That's good to hear.
So another thing is, when I was younger, my mom had my brother 15 months after me. Once he was done being able to be like breastfed, they sent him to Virginia because they couldn't raise me and my brother at the same time. So they sent him to Virginia with my grandparents for a year and a half. And then they just raised me. And I was raised by my grandma while my mom and dad worked every day for years. Now they're successful in all means of their life. So would you sacrifice your child's younger life so you could work and build a gap to be stable in life, or would you not?
It has to be justified by the
It's
results.
when they can't remember it. It's when your kids can't remember you not being there in their life.
They can remember everything.
I think
There's no way.
On the psychological.
There's no way.
No, man. When they
There's no
3
way.
months old.
Yeah, they're like 1 year old, not gonna remember that.
they
he
remember
shipped out.
everything. It's building their character.
it's also they feel it.
It's on an
they
energy
feel it.
level.
Yeah.
Well, like, how do you
it's
think
love.
my parents felt? They couldn't see their own baby for a year.
It's-
I
choice they
think,
made.
I mean, if you could afford it, if they could afford it,
It just went to my grandparents' house.
I think the father should go to work, and the mother, the child have to have a mother.
Yeah,
I think.
as my grandma
If
raised
they
us.
can't afford it, and they absolutely have to do this, it's the last resort, then okay. But if you could afford and she could stay home, and you're gonna get less food, or you're gonna get less money to buy certain things or certain clothes or something, then buy less things. And have the mom stay with the children. I think it's 100%. And forget trying to get to your goal sooner, because your goal is gonna come. But the job, I think, of the mom is to stay with the children, protect the house, be the protector of the house, and the man is the one going out and providing. That's what I believe.
No, I believe it too. Some of the audience may be women on here watching. They're gonna have a huge argument that that's like
No.
like sexist, but
No,
it's not against you.
As a mother,
As a
it's
mother,
a tougher job.
they
than
love
men.
it.
It's tougher to
No,
raise
yeah,
a
I
child.
agree.
I think it's
There-
a lot more stress than the man. It's a lot more emotional ups and downs.
Of course.
The child gets sick. It's my it
Wife
feels
ha-
like they're
your
getting
wife-
stabbed in the heart.
Yeah. No, it's true. For you, Brendan, we're going to come back into sales real quick. Do you enjoy the days where you're leading a group of sales reps, but they're not succeeding in what they're doing? Like, are those your toughest days in sales? Or do you think that your toughest days are when you're not producing results for your CEO?
That's a great question. So to answer your question, you know, I'm a reflection of my team, right? So I manage about 20 people, and you know, I tell them I'm going to put you in the best position to win, because if you aren't winning, it doesn't entirely fall on you. It falls on me, right? Because I'm your boss, I'm your manager, right? So the most stressful days are definitely the days where my team's not performing. And today was one of them. You know, a lot of the people were tired from the Super Bowl, hung over, making excuses. I had like 5 people call out, and
I forgot the Super Bowl was yesterday. I already forgot.
yeah,
That's
it's just
crazy.
one of those days where you just gotta put a little bit more umph into it. But for me, one of the hardest things is not so much managing my team. It's focusing not so much on me anymore. It's focusing on the team, right? Instead of me, it's we, right? And just in leveraging that we're only as strong as our weakest link. Right. So, you know, setting that foundation with the team where it's like, okay, yes, we all want to win. We all want to be number one, but understand we're not going to get to that destination, especially at a quicker rate, if we're dragging or if we're not bringing everyone with us.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a lot, but, you know, I'm blessed to be in this opportunity because it's allowing me to grow and become a better leader and lead by example and just be stoic, like Corbin always says.
Yeah, and I brought it up because I don't know how you guys feel at work, and we're not going to put names, right? But sometimes when you go into the sales career or automobile career, right, automotive career, your team leads or managers, they don't really lead. They don't like lead by example all the time. They don't worry about everybody in the group succeeding. They have their own way of doing things, and if it doesn't work for them, then they don't care about you. Brennan, on the other hand, is like the embodiment of what it means to be a true leader, which is making sure everybody succeeds on his team and being there for each one of them. If that means role playing with them, he role plays with them. If that means building a script for them that works best for them, it means building a script that works best for them. If it means that he has to get on the call and make the deal, he's going to go out there and finish up the deal for them. So being a true leader is about leading the people that you work with. And you could be a leader without being a manager, but to do that, you have to know that you're helping people be successful in life. And I just think that's huge that we're not tapping into being leaders of our own community at work, and we can tap into being better and helping others that we work with.
With my own team, my 2 assistants.
Yeah.
My dad was a great leader. I keep giving credit to my dad, but he was a great leader. He would show up before everyone and leave. He would tell me or whoever was in the team.
Yeah, working with him at the time. Go home.
Go home. You worked hard. Oh, you've been here too late. Go home. I'll handle it. And he's been there earlier than me. He'll be the last one to leave and the first one to come in.
Yeah.
And you know, you have to work harder and show them. And he would tell me, Joe, you can't expect them to work hard if you're not working hard.
Yeah.
One time I was complaining about one time someone showing up late. Well, how about you? You showed up late a couple times. You can't complain about him. You know? You
No, it's true.
It's true.
It's honest truth. Yeah.
You know, so
That's why I brought it up, being a team leader. Like it's important, especially since you have a team that you run and they look up to you. Your sales assistants look up to you because when you produce, they get fed, right? Like type of energy.
we're a team.
You mentioned that your wife is in Lebanon right now.
Yeah.
So you have roots in Lebanon?
Yeah, my mom is
Okay.
Lebanese.
Okay. And what about your dad?
He's Palestinian, but he
Okay.
lives in Egypt.
Okay. Because
He's there right now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Joe's dad's in Egypt,
that's awesome.
which is awesome, honestly. You know, like get retired.
Do
and
you
get to
do
go
you, do you see
out there.
yourself?
It's awesome.
What's the bigger picture for you? Do you see yourself in this business?
I
Do you
like
see-
what you said about e-commerce and doing online things in a place where you can live like a king. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like a great.
Is that what your vision is?
I feel that's what's gonna happen. That's my goal.
How are you gonna get there if that's your vision?
Right
Because
now?
this job probably not gonna give it to you because you're attached to the customers that here.
Right now, it works for me. Right now, for the next 5 to 10 years,
I like that mindset, by the way.
You
5
don't
to
think
10
for a
year plan.
year. You don't think for 6
No.
months. Yeah.
That
of
you
decade.
said it perfect, and Vlad and I go about it like that too. It's like 5-10 year plan is always a good plan.
5, 10 years, you're gonna pay off this, you're gonna have this, and you're gonna have a certain amount. My dad is living comfortably in Egypt, and he 3 times he lost all his money with the divorce.
Yeah.
Used to own a grocery store in Sacramento 3 times, so he had to start over 3 times. So he didn't start saving until like 10 years ago, right? He started from scratch. He started 10 years ago, and now he's living there. He's good for 20 years in Egypt, so it's possible. As if you don't spend and waste your money and spend it like it's
Yeah, frivolous.
don't respect the money that God gave you,
Yeah,
and don't be cheap. Also help your family, people that need it. There's a middle ground. You don't
You're
keep it
definitely
here.
not cheap driving a G-Wagon. We can tell.
No,
what are you driving now?
no, I have just one car. Now I have this electric.
So you sold the G-Wagon?
Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
Joe,
I had to get rid of it.
you're making a lot of money, a good amount of money. Vlad's making a good amount of money. Corbin's making a good amount of money. How do
Okay,
you
how
guys...
about you say good, great, extremely well? I'm just like
You said it, right? How do you not fall complacent when you're having a great month and the money's coming in and you're able to buy a G-Wagon and things are going
goals.
right? How do you not fall complacent?
You put goals. I like to have consistently for the next 3 months 60 cars. Okay, am I gonna get there? Maybe, maybe not. But I like to have goals. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm competing with myself. So if you're improving, you feel it. You get motivated. You get momentum, and you keep going, keep going, keep going. And if you don't make it, it's okay. Thank God. Either way. But I see what you mean. You could just be happy and just stay the same and not grow. Well, then you're just not hungry. You're just not. You have no reason, no purpose. Maybe you don't have a strong enough purpose. My purpose, your guys' purpose. You guys want to, you don't want to do this for the rest of your life, and you're not relying on anyone. You're doing it yourself. So there's no time to be complacent. And why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you? If you could get there sooner, if you have a goal to make this amount of money in 5 years, if you could do it, if you worked a little bit harder and you'll get there in 3 years, why waste 2 years?
And that's where I'm getting at. It's like everybody doesn't want me to work 7 days a week, but the reason I worked 7 days a week for so long was because what I could get done in 1 year working 7 days a week would be what someone can get done in half a year, or vice versa. What I could get done in 6 months is what someone gets done in 1 year. So if you compound that and you do that for 5 years straight, then what you got done in 5 years would have taken someone 10 years to create.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just continuously chasing down the dream, but it's hard when you have a lot of people telling you different things. So you got to have the goals in mind and set them up properly so you can continue forward.
I disagree.
I know you disagree, but I wanted to also shout out last month, Brennan both these two gentlemen got top sales consultants for the month. Both of them.
He's sold a lot more. He's like the store.
Yeah,
But listen,
with the team, he's
don't,
with the
don't,
team.
Don't be. You're saying you're discrediting yourself.
Yeah, don't discredit yourself.
You're. How
He
long
went
have
up
you
a-
been in Fletcher Jones?
Go ahead, tell him.
5 full months. This is 6 full month.
And he's already number one.
And he's done it twice. He did it twice already. He did it his first month. He came to Fletcher Jones. He was number
He's
one.
machine.
24 and a half.
He's machine. So his business is not relying on his business. He doesn't rely on the dealer, fresh ups, leads. He goes out and generates his leads.
Yeah.
There's no way you can be number one that early. You're doing something different. You're not just sitting there. And what are you doing different than the others?
I'm gonna talk about it, but I want to kind of
Yeah, go ahead. Disagree. Let's talk
go
about
into,
it.
Let's
go
disagree
into
with him.
go into what Corbin said.
Because I enjoy working.
No, because this is important. I think working every day and going to your job every day is actually not strength, it's a weakness. I'll explain why. If you look at Elon Musk, let me finish. If you look at Elon Musk, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
You
to
already
call
work
anyone.
you already
Hold on,
worked 7
bro,
days a week
bro,
though before.
Let me finish, okay? If you look at
When you were number one,
great,
you worked 7
6.
days a week.
I work 6.
No, you worked
No,
7
I
days a
never
week your
worked
first
7,
month.
bro.
You did.
No, let me just
You
say
did.
whatever I want to say because
Be patient.
Because
Corbin.
you want to be honest
Corbin.
in front of the camera too.
I'm,
That you
I'm
did
100%
work.
honest.
You did work.
I did
13
not
days
work
straight.
7 days.
Yes, you did.
Bro, I did not work 7 days a week when I got number one first a month.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
Okay, bro. So if you look at great people, entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
Elon Musk, let's take the highest. They distribute their energy. Okay, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. And when you show up at work every day, especially sales, where your results depend on your energy. Your energy, you can't keep your energy high without taking any days off. And I bet if you take 2 days off, you're gonna get about 90% of the results out of 100% of the results when you show up at work every day. Just experiment and you'll see you'll get about 90%. So why waste those 2 days to take those 2 days and work on some other income? Because I think if you keep working every day, 7 days a week, you lose creativity, you limit your mind. And it's the easiest thing you can do because it's so easy to just show up to work and do it. Yes, you work hard, but I think it's the easiest thing you can do versus being disciplined enough to taking those 2 days off to figure out what you can do in other aspects of your life. How you can build the business, how you can build the extra hustle. That's what I think. And answering your question, Joe, about how I do it and what's my philosophy, I think that tapping into your community is very important, what you do. Because I have a YouTube channel. That YouTube channel, I'm gonna say it's gonna sound like big result, but it's not. I have millions of views on that channel, total, right? And I have about almost 5,000 subscribers on that channel. At some point, I was getting a lot of calls when I was very active, making content about cars from all over the country. But it didn't really turn into sales. Or maybe I didn't know how to turn them into sales. And then I started this Russian Instagram page and I started to see like immediate results because I now connect myself to my community and I now occupy a very small niche that was empty. Nobody was doing this. And I create special value for my people. And I told you, you speak Arabic, right? And you have a lot of clients that speak Arabic. And that's your strength. And I was looking at my accent as my weakness. But instead, if you in US and you speak another language, you should look at it as your strength. And that's number one way to get to your success and exceed everybody else's results.
Yeah.
Build your community within your community.
100%.
You speak Arabic. and you have a lot of young individuals that you guys speak English to each other, right? A lot of times, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you have something in common. You can flip and you can talk Arabic with young successful guys, right?
Yeah.
What countries are they from? Because there is a lot of countries that speak Arabic.
Yeah.
There is Saudi Arabia, there is United
Everywhere.
Emirates, there is Egypt, there is Palestine, there is North of Africa, there is Morocco. They all speak Arabic, right? What countries do you deal with? People from what countries?
A lot from Syria, Lebanon, Egypt. A lot from Egypt. The Moroccan one I don't understand. It's a very
Really?
different- it's a very different dialect. I had one the other day, and she only spoke Arabic.
Is that
And
because your Arabic is not that good, or you're fluent?
My Arabic is okay. It's decent. Like,
That's what I thought.
I could understand, but Moroccan is such a different dialect.
Wow.
Like if you spoke fluent Arabic, sometimes you won't even understand Moroccan. But I was trying to decipher what she's trying to say. But most of my clients, thank God, is from Egypt, Lebanon, Syria.
Thanks God.
Because Morocco would be brain surgery for me.
So what's the toughest client? What country you met the client that was like the toughest, and you saw a pattern?
I can't say this.
Yeah, I can't say it on camera.
No, you can say it like
we can't say it
could
on
be,
camera.
It could be coincidence, bro. Could be coincidence. Just say it.
You're gonna say Russians. I'm gonna say my own race. Patels are the hardest.
Indians.
Indians are definitely difficult. And then Joe's gonna say his race.
It's different. Every
Every-
country has the grinders, and every country has the people that just
Yeah,
are
we
easy
had-
to deal with.
we had
Well,
the-
I'll tell you, Russian Jews. Russian Jews are the toughest, bro. Russian Jews, the people that been in the country for 20 years, bro, they will grind you to the pennies.
Well,
And
they'll make you
they're
bleed.
very
Is what they
tough.
call.
Yeah.
They once they
I-
notice that you're bleeding and hurting from the deal, they'll twist the dagger deeper to make sure they made all the blood spill.
And their perception of the great deal is completely different from everybody else's perception.
Like-
They're gonna get grind you down, and then they're gonna in the end ask you,
Yeah, and it's
and they really believe they
such
ask,
bullshit.
oh my god, I'm like, come on, man.
in our industry, we
Then
know
stole the car.
then once
our-
they get to finance, where's my floor mats? Where's my? I thought
Yeah.
the service was included.
Yeah.
Why isn't maintenance included?
it's
And
crazy.
then it goes even deeper.
But the best customer who thinks they got the greatest deal is the one that actually pays the money for the car because they value the service that we provided.
What do you think about
Above
that?
sticker price, correct?
Even at sticker, above sticker, fair deal, like it's just all relevant on what we're selling at that time, right? And that customer that doesn't negotiate for hours is the one that actually ends up.
Joe, I can say this, even doing what you do, and whoever wants to buy a car can go to Joe and buy a car because the deals that he can do, everybody else cannot touch at the dealership. And you deal with a lot of people that want that deal and you give it to them. Just because of the reputation you have and the authority you have at the dealership, you can afford to throw that, loser deal. How do you try to focus on the people that actually make you money, or do you still build that base?
No, 20. There's 20% of your clients that 20% rule, 20-80 rule.
Yeah.
There's gonna always be the 20% of
That-
your clients
take care of you.
that pay all the money, that bring the best referrals,
Yes.
that order the G-Wagon
agree.
every single
I
year.
agree.
And give you
I know.
80%
I'm
of the
all
profit.
with you.
Yeah,
right?
those are the 20% you give all your attention to when they show up to the dealership. Oh, if they text you late at night, you
Doesn't matter. You
respond
answer right away.
because you don't want to lose those.
And they take care of you.
And I fight. I don't just because sometimes, and I'm not trying to throw anyone or say anything, but sometimes, and I get it because we gotta save the dealer. We gotta save
The house.
Save the house. We gotta save.
Save the house.
We cannot give away everything. But sometimes we have to bite the bullet
Of course.
so that next time it will.
You have to give some to gain some. Right?
Some,
It's
but not
like a
every
pendulum.
deal. Not every deal. I go give away.
I know.
Some customers, you give away the car, you give it to them for free. They're gonna ask for gas.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask for something more. Some people you cannot give it away, and I know these customers. So I always, the good customers that they know the market and they shopped around. Sure, we'll do the deal, no problem, because they already shopped around. But there's some customer that even if you shopped around and you give them that deal, they're gonna ask for 100 times better.
Yeah, which
So-
is horrible.
And you should. I don't like to lose any customer. So that's when you ask the desk and you try to work it with the desk. But at the same time, some people that are been shopping around that are not loyal and doesn't deserve 100% of your response,
Time.
100% of your
Mhm.
attention. You got to focus on the people that, even if it's not a deal, but he has an issue, you focus on that issue, because he's gonna bring a deal and this other person, he's gonna leave you. He's never gonna come back to you. He's gonna go to a different dealer that gives him $1 better a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hyundai, we used to beat deals by $1, and that's all it took. It's absolutely insane. We beat a deal by $1 by principle. They would come in.
Dang.
You know,
$1.
That's
Like,
it?
That's it. Like, the customer said, "I'll make a deal if you beat the deal by $1."
well, they also lie. They like say that I got this deal, but they never got it.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I wanna
Go ahead. Yeah.
say something. I wanna get personal and go around the room.
I'm not gay.
That's how you know he is, because he said it out loud.
You said you want to get personal. We're in 4 men in
Now I got
one room.
suspicion.
I want to get personal and ask, everyone at the table, what is that one thing right now that's limiting you from getting better or making more sales in your life right now?
I can say this. Like I really have it's messing up with my mind right now, what Joe just touched on. Like, how do you separate those people that don't bring you don't bring you like good profit? Like they waste a lot of your time. No, let me finish, bro. They don't pay your bills, and it's those mini deals, right? What we call. You make a couple $100. And I feel like when I deal with them, I miss out on good opportunities. But this week, what I've been dealing with, maybe Joe can help me how I can like solve this puzzle. It kind of messed up my mindset where I like sold one car or something, and it's terrible because I try to completely isolate those bad deals and leave myself available for good opportunities, and those good opportunities never came. It's like you lose momentum in
No,
sales.
you cannot think. You cannot.
Thank
let me
you.
tell you.
Thank you.
You cannot think about the money you make.
He's gonna
You cannot-
answer it.
Every deal, you got to think about that's how. That's what was
relationship.
advice to me from my dad. He's like, you don't think about the money you're gonna make from the deal. You just make the freaking deal.
Correct.
Sure, he never thought of it like that way, and he sold 60, 70 cars. But there's a line. There's a line where, because your time is money. Your time is
Right.
valuable.
100%.
You make every hour. It's like, think of it as like you're a lawyer or doctor. Okay?
I
You're
think of
making-
it now.
You know,
Yes.
you're a lawyer or doctor, and you have, okay, I'm spending this amount of time. It has to be beneficial for both of us.
Right.
But you cut the line if they start going too far.
They run in circles.
If you're running in circles, and if we tried 4 different co-signers and the deal is not going to get approved, and at this point you're just
Or we test drove
you're,
4 cars.
you're making it unfair for someone else that's gonna buy,
Right.
and he's gonna
Yeah.
bring you business. So there's a line. You gotta put that line.
But you cannot
And a
neglect.
respectful
You
and a
cannot
very-
neglect
you
those
cannot
deals.
neglect. You gotta respond always. You cannot just leave someone.
Not that I don't respond. I don't have the grasp. Like I don't grab those deals and attack those deals. I'm like,
Yeah.
if they do, they do. Here's the quote. Buy. Like I don't even focus. I don't follow up.
But
That's what you should do. If it's that kind of deal where they've been shopping, it is, and then try to bring them in. If they're far away, hey, maybe I'll beat it by a lot. Just come in, even if you can't. Come in.
You gotta you gotta take my old GM would say, you gotta take the small, the medium, and the large deals. You gotta take them. You gotta have the small deals, you gotta move the unit, you gotta grab the medium deal, and you have to get the big deal. You have to focus on making the sale, because that's what we get paid to do, and that's the only thing that's going to put more money in a sales industry, like in your pocket.
Okay, Mr. $7,000 commission.
What's
No,
your
but that
answer?
is, but that is my
2 days ago, he was like, screw those minis, I'm not taking those deals. Today he made $7,000. He's like, you gotta take everything.
What's your answer?
I made the lowest amount of commission I ever made last month. I didn't get my bills paid. I didn't get anything paid, but I still moved every single unit and fought for every single deal. In order to get paid in sales, you have to drop your ego and you got to make the sale. That's the simple truth of what we do on a day-to-day basis. And if the big deal comes in and you're available, then God will bless you with that. Who you believe in will give you that opportunity. I went through 3 struggle months, and this is the first deal I've gotten since the G-Wagon deal I did that you blessed me with by giving me the car before anybody else could give it to me. He made that happen. But at the end of the day, these trials and tribulations are what's going to make you stronger.
You're not answering the question.
The question was, what is the biggest thing hindering me right now?
Yes, for you to get more sales or to grow to an even better individual.
Is
who you are.
myself. Is everything that I do on a day-to-day basis to better myself. That's what's hindering me.
Taking
So
responsibility.
if I don't look in the mirror and make the decision, I'm going to make a sale today, I'm going to put my best attitude forward, I'm going to create something for myself today, I'm the one stopping myself from being successful. And so that has to be done every day. That's why I posted that video today about writing your goals down and creating that list of goals so you have direction and structure throughout your day to make something happen. So what was hindering me before was the fact that I was just showing up to work. Now I accomplish all my goals and my morning routine. So if I don't make anything happen out of the day, I'm okay with it because I actually did put all my effort forward and everything was done to better my opportunity for that day. The next thing that I need to get into is tapping into the last 2 to 3 hours of my day to generate something for myself, a side income, create a business model, create the next company. So what's hindering me is only myself right now. That's what's stopping me and listening to other people. And I need to focus on me.
What about you?
Well, taking more time, I'm not posting as much as I should. I need to take more time on focusing on social media, getting clients down. Because I post and I get
hundreds of views, 100,000 views in like the randomest
Did you
posts.
see, like,
It's crazy.
just like, what the heck?
We struggle to get views. Vlad doesn't anymore. He gets like 10,000 plus views and whatever. But Joe posts one video, 70,000 views, like nothing. And it's not even
Let's get by those
it's not even educational. It just posted. I
Swear to
don't know
God, I
what
don't know why.
happened.
That's why I need to spend more time posting more
It's
frequently.
crazy.
You should, bro. And
You
like I
did
said,
one
do it
video
in
for
Arabic.
100,000.
Yeah,
Create a new page. Do it in Arabic.
the leads I get are all Arabic Arabic clients because they see my
Concentrate on that.
name and they
20-80% rule, right?
Yeah.
The 80% of the results come from your community. So why don't you concentrate and give it back to community too?
So when do you post? Right before you get to work, or
Hell no, we just make it happen.
Bro, just make it happen. Like it's
He taught me
this
this
job
shit.
is so chaotic, right?
so
Like,
freaking chaotic?
but
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Like you only can control first hour of your day
Yeah.
in this job. You can only control first hour. So if you want to do something systematic, I would do it in the morning.
Yeah,
I would
I've
at
been
least
doing
try
that.
to do it in the morning. It also depends on the day. You kind of have to look what day,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, like what kind of day it is. But you deal with the most successful young individuals that number one Mercedes store in the world has. Like they're pulling up in Rolls Royces, they're 25,
Crazy.
22-year-olds. So you deal with the elite of youth, successful youth in California, in Southern California. What do they see? Do you see any pattern what makes them successful?
Good
What people
question.
do right now to be even more successful than us, make even more money, have more freedom, have more money? Because
Pattern.
you said something interesting. You don't consider yourself like successful because you hang out with those people that drive Ferraris and drive, all those cars, and you like pulling up in G-Wagon to the gym.
Or
we
I'll-
go to the
I'll
gym,
tell you-
and
I'll
you
tell you-
don't call yourself successful, which is crazy.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed is those successful individuals, they're usually surrounded by other successful individuals. So I think that, surrounding your environment with positive people that are go-getters and aggressive, and that will help. I mean, that's every single one of them. They don't hang out with people that are I mean, unless they got it from family. You know, if it was family money, you know, then they hang out with whoever they want. They're gonna still have the money. But those ones that are aggressive and making money, and also buying car is not a big indicator of having nice cars is not a good indicator of if you're rich or not, if you're
I like
successful
that.
or not. Driving a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce or something is not the best financial decision to make anyways. And it you know, it is a lot of the younger, they like to spend more to make it look like they're making, and end up in a way worse situation where they, as if they just focused on investing in them, investing in experience, investing in education, investing whatever they would have. But also, it's nice to be driving a nice car at that age too.
Yeah,
So you'd sacrifice some. I asked an older individual that owns a bunch of real estate property, and I asked him, should I buy the SL63 for myself, the convertible? It's like, you think it's a stupid decision? And he said, listen, you're gonna be this age. You're gonna be, if you get to my age, you're gonna think, I wish I bought it when I was younger and I drove it when I was younger and I did this experience when I was younger. Do it, 110% do it. And I said, okay, whatever. I ended
And then
up,
we see Joe pulling up to the gym in SLC3.
and the Ferrari.
you know, and I did enjoy it, but it's out of my system now, and you know, I didn't lose much.
What are the craziest stories you've seen of young individuals not coming from money from rich families, but making it themselves? Where that money come from? Where the opportunity nowadays? If somebody wants to make it happen, they're hungry, they're smart. What can they do?
The craziest individual, the craziest story I've seen is, and he's a beast. His name is Isam. He does tax relief. He has a tax relief company.
Okay.
His dad was a tax consultant, so I guess he learned from him. I don't know how he learned, but he used to buy. When he was 16, he didn't settle for any car. He told my dad when he bought the car, I need this red stick and red. He had standards. He did not settle. He wanted, okay, if I'm gonna get a car, I want it like this, or I'm not buying the car. And he was like, my dad at first was this spoiled brat, but he told him, you know what? If you want to present yourself this way and you're gonna become this way, now he has a big company and he has 60 leases with Mercedes-Benz. He has a big line of credit. He's one of my best client, and he buys G-Wagon for all his managers. So he's a beast. That's one individual. I think he's a beast.
I think I've seen him.
Yeah, he pulled up in a Rolls Royce.
He's a big guy.
Big guy,
Yeah.
beard,
Yeah.
sick guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Very nice,
Like very pleasant.
hardworking. He's the last one out, even as an owner. He's the last one out and the first one in, always.
Yeah.
And I saw I dropped off one car there. It's a party in there, man.
He buys G-Wagons for his managers. This is crazy. And you deal with a lot of successful people. Do you see a pattern where God gives wealth to someone who is nice and just genuinely good person and gives back to other people? Do you see that those wealthy people, successful people are actually like nice people,
Yeah.
genuinely good people?
End it off on a good note, because we only got about 4 minutes left. So end it off on a really good note, right?
I had a client. He used to sell perfume online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he would tell me he would make about 10,000 a month, and we saw him from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my dad. We saw him from how he started in a Maserati, $20,000 Maserati. He traded in for a E-Class,
Nice.
and now he has G-Wagon, Ferrari, Lamborghini. But one day he told me that he heard of this woman back home, her house destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It costed $5,000 for him to buy her a new house, to like at least a place to live. Older lady.
Yeah.
He paid the $5,000. That same day, when he took his $10,000 a month business, that same day in his business, he made $20,000 profit in the perfume. And ever since that day, it's been still high.
It's like God's talking to him.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel too. Like a lot of these rich people, not everyone, but majority of them, like it seems like the wealthier the person is, the nicer they are. And if you're nice to them, if you treat them right and you know your profession, they're gonna treat you with all the respect you don't see from other people. And it's someone who has bad credit, who doesn't make shit, gonna treat you and disrespect you, and you gotta get rid of them quick. They're not worth your time.
So we're gonna have to end it here because it's getting late. And do you guys have anything else to add before we close off tonight's podcast?
I just wanted to ask one last question. What would you say to 18-year-old Joe if you could go back and talk to yourself when you were 18? Would you do anything different?
I would stop spending like an idiot. I'd tell them, don't spend all your money like a dumbass. I wasted, that COVID time when we were making all that money. Oh man, I wasted every single dollar. Trying to show off, trying to be doing this, trying to go to.
You're not the only one that lost a lot of money because everybody spent it back then. It was coming too fast.
Well,
respect money more is what I say.
Respect money. I like that. And you guys should respect money too. If you like this video, you should subscribe to the channel first of all, because we have a journey that you want to follow. We have the same challenges like you do. We gonna get to the top, and we want you to get to the top with us and witness our journey. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna leave Joe's information under this video so you can follow him and follow his journey. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.